Comfy Convo, real talk with real women about marriage. Each month I interview a different married woman and we talk about subjects ranging from kids, communication, sex, to you name it. It's not really a scripted series, so I don't really know what she's going to say. So tune in and we'll go ahead and get started. Today we are meeting with Rachel Hennington. Her and her husband Tim have been married coming up on 13 years in September. And they together own Sobella Spa, which is fantastic. They also own Synergy Works, which is taxes, legal, and design. And so thank you, Rachel, for joining me on the couch today. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you, Allison, for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, awesome. Let's get started talking about you and Tim. How did you guys meet?
Funny enough, we met in high school. So we are high school sweethearts.
Oh, that's so cute.
That classic story. Basically, I had a friend, she had a group of friends, he was in that group, I liked his friend.
Oh, isn't that something?
Of course, right? And then we were at a party and it just, I noticed him and he noticed me and we started talking and just
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Oh.
The rest is history.
So you guys met in high school. How long before you guys got married?
4 years.
4 years.
So we dated off and on all through high school,
Okay.
and then once I graduated, we got married in that September. So
Oh,
I was in college.
there are very few people that I know that have married their high school sweethearts. So I always love to hear those stories. That's awesome. So okay, so you guys have been married now for 13 years. You kind of grew up together.
We did.
So how are things run in the house? Do you guys have specific roles in the house? Like, is somebody responsible for managing the finances, somebody responsible for managing the household duties? How do you guys do it and how did you end up there?
Sure. So our roles are very fluid. Okay, with being a tax accountant, there are times that, man, I drop a lot of balls. So Tim is wonderful and he picks them up. So, and through our marriage, it's changed as well. So when, like you said, we've kind of grown up together. So when we were going through school, I went to school, I stayed home, I did kind of all the household duties. I managed the finances mainly because I like managing the finances. Tim's a designer, so he can do it, but it's not what he really, it's not his forte, it's not what he likes to do. So I kind of managed most of the household, and then as we progressed in our careers, I started dividing that up, because I grew up, my mom was a single mom, so she and I did everything. So there wasn't, here's man roles, here's female roles, this is what has to get done. So I always talked to him and said, I view marriage as a partnership. So we can split up what needs to be done. It's not necessarily by gender roles. So he does dishes and laundry primarily.
God bless him.
Yes, I used to do all the laundry though. He doesn't remember. He swears it never happened. It's been that long. I do a lot of the finances, although he's kind of started helping out more, at least with like paying bills. He'll still ask me, what are we paying? Or when are we paying? But he'll make the physical payment. And then we split kid duty. So it really just depends.
Your girls have a lot going on.
They've got a lot going on. And when I'm super busy, people don't see me. I don't drop the kids off. I don't pick them up. Tim is awesome and he helps handle a lot of that because I'm stuck in the office a lot of hours. But luckily we're fortunate we both work from home, so we're both here a lot together.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah, it's very fluid. We each have the kind of things that we do, but even when we need help or, it's very fluid. So, we stick to our strengths.
Yeah, that makes it easy, I guess. So I want to ask you, you guys have your S Corp, Synergy Works, and you have these businesses that you run. Is that something that you always knew that you wanted to do? How did you end up being these business owners, these multiple businesses? I think it's awesome. And so how did you end up there?
It was a big progression. So I went to school and my family was definitely of the mind, go to school, get good grades, get a college education, get a good job, which I was on the path to do and which I inevitably did. But along the way, we found Legal Shield, which is, you know, a multi-level marketing company. And that we started part-time because I couldn't really work, and we needed money during school. And after getting a few speeding tickets, we were like, you know, we should probably look at this. And that kind of opened our eyes to the ability to kind of be able to have a lifestyle that you create and still make money and still be able to live and make as good of money as you can make with corporate. But even once we found it through school, you know, it was still very part-time. I went through, I graduated, I got a great job at a public accounting firm. And while I was working there, I saw, for me, I wanted to be partner. Like if I was going to go do something, like I'm going to go all the way up, I'm going to be partner. And I saw my female mentors, as they went up the rung, they had less and less time for their family. We started a family young, so I think that shaped a lot of our decisions. We got married in September, we had my daughter in January, you know, we started young, but we made the decision that that wasn't going to stop us or prevent us from having the lifestyle that we wanted to have. And when I saw that corporate life was not as family friendly as I hoped, even with a family friendly organization, Legal Shield just kept pulling at us and going, there's another way. This isn't the only way. You can do something different. So with that, I decided to leave the company. We started working Legal Shield full time, and Tim, actually, we were at an event, and Tim connected me with another tax preparer that had basically an opportunity where I could grow my own tax base under his business and kind of learn from him how to operate a tax business, which is different from just doing taxes.
Yeah.
And so that kind of grew. Tim's always been very artistic, so him being a graphic designer, and that's what he went to school for. And originally, honestly, we had 3 separate businesses running. We had the tax business, the legal business, and his design business. And as the accountant on duty, I got really tired of keeping books for 3 companies.
Yeah.
And honestly, our clients really started overlapping. Tax clients would get legal plans, or then they'd get business cards. And so once we really identified, we work with independent contractors and business owners, and they really need all of these services as a strong foundation to their business. We realized forming it into one company was kind of the best idea, because it got really hard. If I go to a lunch meeting and do your taxes and then you buy Legal Shield, who claims the mileage in the lunch? It got confusing. So we ended up merging it together and really trying to identify who we were as a company.
It's crazy. So the path was just laid out before you, and
just,
you took it.
Yeah, it just kind of unraveled, and every step as we grew, we just kept, you know, changing and altering and adapting to it. We've been running Synergy Work since 2010.
Wow.
So long time. And
I think that's awesome, and it's commendable that you saw an opportunity, you saw what you really wanted to do, and you took it, and it's been successful for you. I mean, I know I utilize your services, so I just think it's really awesome that you guys are able to find your niche and walk away from corporate America, and still have a plan for your future and for your family. I think that's awesome.
thank you.